Sun's out, blunts out, let me roll up. Sun's out, blunts out, let me pull up.
Yo, Wanda TV family, yo, what's the word, y'all? I'm back with another interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm with this Tokie. You know what I'm saying? Tokie, what's up, baby? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Off day from work, so I just been kicking it today. Just really doing nothing, getting myself prepared for really what's gonna be my next drop musically, and then other than that, just trying to keep myself level-headed, man.
I feel that. So little Tokie, I want to know why the name Tokie, bro.
Man,
what
so
was thinking in that?
damn, it goes back a long way. So
Right.
it wasn't even as Tokie at first. So before it was as Tokie, it was B Con, which stood for Bud Con, because I like anywhere I went, I always had a fucking zip on me. Like,
Oh, right.
I had a zip on me at all times, and like Timberlake. So I was like, yeah, I'm like, all right, B Con. And as I like started getting more musically inclined, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that's cool, but in my eyes, it wasn't as marketable, so I switched it up to It's Tokie, and then now we're at where we're at today.
Okay. So when you say where we at today, where are we today?
Today we are 2 years into the music. We have one EP drop. We got a couple singles drop. We got probably about 30 solid finished, recorded, mixed, mastered tracks that are gonna end up being on these 2 tapes with another EP coming out soon. I'm just ready to work, man, really.
Well, shit, you told us you got 30 songs to drop, man. Can we get like an estimate date? Like, I remember you was telling me you got EPs coming out, you got an album coming out, you know. Can you talk to us about that? You know, I don't want to tell people the name. I want you to tell people the name of your song.
The EP will probably be the next thing I got coming out, and it's called Drew, and it's going to be an acronym. Don't rush, enjoy working. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a whole lot of people in the music industry are like quick to like, all right, I dropped this song, I'm gonna drop another one, then I'm gonna drop another one. I'm like, that's cool, but at the end of the day, you're not giving the audience, you know what I'm saying, the time to take it in. I'm like, if you drop a song every week, by the time you finish or drop a project, they ain't even listen to the first 3 songs you didn't drop. So my thing is, I have a strategy with everything I do. I'll drop something, push it for a certain amount of time, and get ready to drop something next when I know this is coming to an end, you know what I'm saying? Because everything is calculated. If it's not calculated, then you just flying around willy-nilly, or just throwing darts with your eyes closed.
So basically, stay prepared so you ain't gotta get prepared for it.
Exactly.
So
you don't want to be rushing, you know what I'm saying, anything. If this is if you say this is your craft, regardless of what it is in anything, you don't want to rush something and put out a product that's not you.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
So with that process of yours, how did that process work? Like, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like it's a pretty good process from when you started into where you are now, or do you feel like you still got to tweak to that process?
No, I feel like my process is more so for the type of artist who can go in there and they don't have to be like, all right, I gotta go record these 5 things, or like I gotta record this tonight. I'm like, it's not like you don't have to go into the studio trying to record new stuff and all of that all the time. I go to the studio, I make sure everything is right on another song. I go back on a different song, like, all right, let me hear this part. All right, let me tweak that. Like, I'd rather have everything else that I'm gonna drop sooner rather than later sound right than, all right, let's go work on something fresh. Okay, then I'm gonna have to worry about that later in the process.
Okay, I understand that. So, Tokie, man, what's your motivation to, like, you know, do this rapping stuff, like, or be in the music game? Cause you know, is it the fame, is it the money, is it put my family in a better position, or is it just like you just get a great vibe off of this type of stuff?
And so I literally got started into like wanting to be a rapper and then transitioning into calling myself an artist, because I feel like if you call yourself a rapper, you're selling yourself short in this game. That's just my personal opinion. But I just wanted to be around my brother and my cousin at the time, and like they was in it, so I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, wherever y'all at, I'm at. And then it turned into this, and more so, I just want to put myself on this platform so that I can have a better understanding of really what's going on in the world, on top of being able to help my friends, my family, my community, really like shed light on like Austin is way more than like the music capital of the world. I'm like, y'all say that, but I'm like, we don't. The actual artists and like rappers are not shown the love that they should be shown in the city.
Yeah,
so
very,
you know what I'm saying?
very
I feel
true.
like the people who are already on that platform are definitely starting to shed the light on everybody else that's not from the city. That's like, hey, like Austin is here, like so people are starting to take notice. I'm just trying to get it to that point where everybody that's not from here wants to be here. Like everybody from LA wants to be here and fucking move.
Okay, that's true. It is true. There's a lot of California people here. So look, what you say you wanted to be around your brother and cousin, but what gave you that confidence to like say, hey, I can drop this music and I can become an artist and I can make it?
Ah man, I remember that day like it was yesterday. So one of the OGs, certified, he was like at my brother and my cousin's place at the time, and they was like making the beat. I'm like, alright, I'm like, hell yeah, I feel this. So I'm like right into it. I was like, they went somewhere to like grab something to eat or something at the time. So I'm like, alright, cool. I recorded my verse. My partner recorded his. They came back. I'm like, alright, fuck. I'm like, let's just play it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Like, it's like my first time recording something. And like actually playing it out for them to let them hear it. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my first like little boost of confidence. And they was like, nah, you got something. So ever since then, I'm like, alright, like take it full go. Like don't look back. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you got your confidence and you found a love of yours from being around the people you love.
Yeah, man. It's all about the vibe, man. If it ain't true, it ain't real.
So that means this music must mean something to you, like kind of. So what kind of artist would you say you are? You know, because some people try to say like they're lyricists, like they can come up with lyrics like it ain't nothing. Some people say they're like a freestyler. Some people say like they're like a storyteller, kind of like a King Von or like.
Man, I don't even know what I would categorize myself as, because I don't dive too much into the like being like a lyricist or anything like that. I just go with what sounds good. Is it true? Have I seen it or done it? You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally, I try to stay in my own lane for the most part.
So we're gonna go back to the city of Austin and really, man, how do you really, what's your plan to like kind of break out of like the hate that is put on the city of Austin? Because they say we're the music capital of the world, but everybody can only think of one artist that's truly made it. That's Queen.
See what?
So what's your?
I think as a city, as far as like artists from like Gary Clark, Kid Jones, Certified, like everybody that has like a following and a realm, like even Jay Soldier, like shout out Jay Soldier, like if everybody can combine and like get on a show or like host a show and not just being like rappers, it'll be like rock artists, you know what I'm saying, country artists. I'm like, people will start to take notice. I'm like, we're more than just, all right, that's like they're rapping over there, they're playing country over there, they're playing rock over there. I'm like, everybody is more than just what you see them as. Everybody is an actual artist. They can touch a different realm if you actually give them that time to shed that light. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so kind of basically bring everyone together.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I really do like that. So, Toke, man, if you could pick a feature, you know, anybody in this world, like if anybody, it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm talking like you can go from Prince to Pimp C. You can go from Nipsey Hussle to India Youngboy. You know, like you can go pick Michael Jackson or R. Kelly. Somebody like that, like random out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. I definitely get to where you're coming from. If we talking about, if we're saying just musically, then, because I've already thought about this, and I've thought about this very, very strategically. I'm like, Justin Timberlake. When was the last time he put out something? Everybody loves him.
I ain't gonna lie, you know that's different.
And then it's like,
I want to know why. Justin Timberlake, why? Because I have never heard that answer.
I feel like me and him would mesh on something that'll just be like timeless. Like how like how you just can hear certain songs no matter what time it is, no matter if it's 20 years old, 30 years old, you hear that and you're like, yep. I'm like, yeah, this is a good song or this is a great song. I feel like we would have one of those songs where it can be played no matter you're at barbecue, work, going to fucking get some groceries. Like, I feel like I can make a song with him that just touches all the types of vibes in just one song.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. I feel that Justin Timberlake. I never heard of that one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Let's make it work, dog.
Man, y'all heard him. So in the industry game, like, is there like a certain artist that you just kind of like you just look at and you be like, not you don't follow what they do, but like you look at them and be like, you know, like some people look at Jay-Z and say,
yeah,
I can make it. Some people look at Master P and say I can make it. Some people look at Kanye and say I can make it.
yeah.
Is there someone like that you should look at and you be like, I can make it?
So the two artists that I definitely look to, as far as like my main influences, are T.I. and 2 Chainz, and it's literally just from like listening to them, like their cadences, how they can just make you feel what they're saying, but you don't have to be like there. You don't have. It's like how you can listen to Currency and feel like you're smoking a blunt but not smoking a blunt.
Okay.
Like they can make you feel the vibe of what they have to say, and I feel like I'm conveying and starting to portray that in my music as well now.
Okay. So with that being said, if you could sign to like any record label, would you sign a record label deal?
Honestly, right now I would not sign to anybody. In my eyes, like I'm too important to myself to give myself to a record label. And on top of that, with me wanting to start my own label to get me and my team like up and running, I'd rather take on all the work and all the stress and then bring people in instead of having somebody try to come in or just me go into what they've already got and possibly be like on the outside looking in because they could already have other artists like working harder or that they're working harder for.
Okay, so what you saying, like, you want to start your own record label?
I'd rather be my own priority than having somebody else.
Yeah, you better own your own stuff. Have you gave any idea to what your record label name will be?
Yeah, but I can't let y'all know that because that's too fucking it's too early for that, and I don't want nobody to take that shit. So,
Understand.
Yeah. Right now.
Understand. I feel you. I really do feel you. So, what do you truly want? Like, what do you want out of this rap game? Like, out of this music game? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you never really like fully got into that question.
At the end of the day, I want, when it's all said and done, of course you want the respect, you want the money, but I just want to be remembered as somebody who always like kept it 1,000. And like it's a whole lot of saying like I keep it 1,000 or this and that, but I feel like, in my opinion, keeping it 1,000 or like keeping it true is like everybody has a different version of everything because everybody's different. You have a different definition of it. So live it up to it as yourself. Like don't switch up from shit you said you know you wouldn't do or do what you said you wouldn't do. You don't have to switch up for nobody because you are your own person. Yeah. So that's like how I'm living it, and I've been living it like that.
I feel that. I really feel that. So in the last 2 years, how do you feel you're growing as an artist?
I feel like I've grown as an artist from branching outside of my comfort zone because I used to literally just only record in my apartment for like the first 6 months. Then like after that, I got into the music lab with the homie, the Southside Hippie, and then I was like, all right, after that it's a go. I'm like, I can record anywhere now. I'm like, it doesn't matter about the comfortability of me. Like, I don't have to be comfortable in the environment. The environment just needs to be set for me to record. Possibly if I can smoke in or outside the studio, I'm like, that's good. I'm like, really, as long as I can smoke before or after my session, I'm straight.
Okay, I feel that. So with that being said, do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Man, yup. I feel like it was trash, but it was fucking hilarious.
going to talk to us about it.
Man, alright. So, I was probably like, probably like 15 at the time. And we was off Brody and Gatling Gun. Southside Hippie had a house out there at the time. And we was up there and we was riding to that Chevy riding high.
Ooh.
So we was riding to that. And I just remember I wrote like 3 or 4 lines. I'm like, alright. I read it to myself. I'm like rapping it to myself. And I was just like, nah. I'm like, nah.
Do you remember the 3 or 4 lines?
Yeah, I do.
Man, can we get them?
I'm like, I'm Chevy riding high while you Chevy riding low. I'm from the ATX, but I rep the 254. And then as soon as I said that in my head, I'm like, I could definitely go harder. And I literally spent like 30 minutes trying to think of like something to just like start better with, and I couldn't. So I was just like,
that would put it lights if you rap it to that Chevy beat.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you start off with the Chevy. I like how you
I
start.
probably should have just like continued from those and just kept going and probably like switched something up as I continued to write. But at that time, as a 15-year-old, I was like, nah, this ain't it for you right now. I'm like, stick to trying to be KD right now.
So look, man. So, what's one of your most favorite songs you recorded? It ain't gotta be a song that you drop, but it's like, cause some people say like they favorite songs is when they get in there, they just start freestyling.
Yeah. And
they just let it rip.
Man, I would say my favorite song that I've recorded right now, or just have, would definitely be, it's called Premium.
Okay.
It's called Premium, and it's gonna be the first song me and my label drop, and I mean, it is pressure. It is definitely pressure.
Okay. Man, can we get a line or two?
I mean, if you got the time, I can play it. You know what I'm saying? I'll let them.
You want to play on it then, or you want to play it after? Cause I got the time.
We can play it. I'll play it for you after. I'll let you get a.
All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know how it's coming. So, with all that being said, what's your goal? Like, what are you planning? Like, what's your goal to be at the end of this year? Like, some people have plans to like, I want to be here at the end of this year. Like me, for example, I say like, I'm at 60-something subscribers right now. I want to get to maybe 100 subscribers by the end of this year. That's my goal. Like, I'm pushing to get there. Like, I get a, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people say I get 150 views.
Yeah.
I want to bump that to 300.
My goal for this year is for every fucking video that I drop, I want 1,000 views in a week or less now. Cause that, regardless of where they come from, as far, I don't give a fuck if you in Montana watching my shit, you gonna watch my shit. I'm gonna figure out to make you watch my shit. I know the algorithm, so now we just start that and start applying more pressure.
Okay, I like that. Applying very much more pressure. So y'all hearing it here, he said in a year he want 1,000. That means y'all better go on and watch this video.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, they gonna be movies, for real movies, actual movies. It's thought into this, we ain't just winging it.
So with that being said, talk to us about what's your idea when you shooting these videos?
So it all comes from hearing the beat. As soon as I hear a beat, I literally think of visuals first before I think of like anything else. I think of a visual first, then I think of the concept of the song from the visual. So I go straight from that. So like the song I got called Parking Lot Pimpin', I literally heard that and I'm like, I heard the beat and I'm like, I'm like, oh, this some like Paul Wall. I'm like, oh yeah, Paul Wall can be like, sit. I'm like, okay, boom. I'm like, Parking Lot Pimpin', and as soon as I got that, I started writing the hook. King Case was meeting me in the studio, and dropped that bitch, and it was like 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, boom. I'm like, once I have a concept and something to go off of, and I'm locked in.
Okay, I like that. So, who usually shoots your videos? Cause I saw one video you shot with G Media.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, if you shout out to G Media, you know what I'm saying? I got
shout out G Media.
G Media, you live. I got an interview coming with him. He a live dude for real. He cool, y'all. And any artists looking at here, go talk to G
Oh
Media.
yeah, he nice with it. Really, I branch around. I got a video with Chino Chase. I got one with I got two Bigger Little productions. I got one with K Fresco, a couple with G Media. I just want to branch around because I don't feel like I should just have one like a videographer. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has different views on how they see like your art. So if me and somebody else can like make it better, then why not? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like one person should just be in it for every artist.
I feel you. So
We can all eat. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, we all damn sure can if we all put our heads together. But shucks, man. I want to appreciate you for coming out today. You know.
Oh man, I appreciate you for inviting me out here, man.
Oh yeah, no problem, dog. You know, Ron Don TV family. Hey man, y'all met. This is Tokie. Y'all heard he said he got an EP on the way called Drew.
Yes, sir.
And so,
hey man, make sure you go check him out. Ron Don TV. This shit been real. Trill, you already know what the fuck it is.
Appreciate you for coming out, bro. Thank you, bro. No, for real.
Yes,
All right, Ron Don TV family. I'm gonna catch y'all. All right, yeah.